everybody, Shawn from Movie Assault here, and it is time once again for another video. This time out I am doing a Steelbook Collection video. This is going to just be me showing you the steelbooks in my collection. If you notice my shelves, there are a lot of spaces, gaps in the collection right now because I've taken all the steelbooks off of my shelves. I have them piled up in two piles, and I'm just going to go through them fairly quickly. I don't want to make it too terribly long of a video. But I will talk about these just a little bit, each one, and then move on to the next one. I won't ramble, or I'll try not to ramble too much about each movie. My standard disclaimer applies. If you notice that a lot of these movies are still sealed, it's because I haven't watched them in my collection yet. I think every single movie in this collection that I do have a steelbook for, I have seen the movie. Usually I buy steelbooks when I love a movie, so that's why a lot of these may not have been watched yet, just because I haven't gotten around to watching them since I bought them. But some are open, some are not. But yes, I do watch all the movies in my collection eventually. Just I haven't gotten to some of them, so that's why they're still sealed. So we'll start off, they're in alphabetical order just because I took them off the shelf that way, but I'll start off with the first one, which is 10 Cloverfield Lane. I picked this up used on eBay with a few other things. It's got a little bit of a dent in it, which is not terribly noticeable, but this is a decent little movie, part of the Cloverfield universe of, or the Cloverfield trilogy, I guess it is. Good performance from John Goodman. There is some artwork inside, and it does include the Blu-ray and DVD. It says monsters come in many forms. So that is 10 Cloverfield Lane. I'll do this over here. Another steelbook, their next steelbook, they're all going to be steelbooks, is The Amazing Spider-Man. And this one has a bunch of junk in it. So let me put that aside. But it does include the, well, let me show you the actual outside artwork. There is the outside of it, and it includes the movie in 3D. And I don't have a 3D player, but I do have a few 3D movies. And then it includes the Blu-ray, DVD, and special features. And then the inside artwork is very reminiscent of the outside artwork. You can kind of see it's not too terribly detailed. This was all right. I'm not a huge fan of the Andrew Garfield version of Spider-Man. He is okay. I liked him better. I thought I liked him better than the Tobey Maguire version, but I think that was just me getting caught up in the hype of the moment when I saw this. Tobey Maguire was much better in hindsight, but I still like the Tom Holland version of Spider-Man. All right, this next one is a newer steelbook that I just recently got. It is Arrival with Jeremy Renner and Amy Adams, and this has a little bit of artwork in it. Also includes a DVD and Blu-ray. It's kind of an odd one. It has sort of lackluster art on the front, and then it has this quote on the back. There are days that define your story beyond your life, like the day they arrived. I love this movie. I only got this steelbook because it was relatively cheap, and I like this movie a lot. I think I actually got this for $5 on Amazon, so rather cheap steelbook. This next one actually is not a movie. It is an empty steelbook. I got this. I pre-ordered the Avengers, and you could get this steelbook for putting a deposit down on it, and this I haven't opened this yet. It's a pretty lackluster artwork on the front. It just says the Avengers with the A, and it's not even embossed. Well, this is embossed, but this isn't. And I don't know what the back looks like because it still has the J card on it. But yeah, you basically pre-ordered the movie by getting the steelbook, and then you got the movie later when it came in. And this I actually purchased. This came out on September 25th of 2012, so this is almost 9 years old. It's still sealed. This is, I got this from Best Buy. This is the Book of Eli, also still sealed. I've seen this movie twice. I used to own another Blu-ray copy of it, and I eventually sold that because I had this version, and I just haven't watched this one since. But this is a really good movie. I like this movie a lot. Don't let anybody spoil this movie for you. Do see it as quick as you possibly can, because it is an awesome film. This, I just got this within the last couple of months. This is also from Best Buy. This is the 4K Ultra HD edition of Captain Marvel with the Steelbook, and I haven't watched this yet. But this also includes the regular Blu-ray and the digital code. And it's got some cool front artwork with the cat down in the bottom corner. I forget the cat's name. Yeah, let me know what the cat's name is if you can. This next one is Carrie. And I haven't seen this in a really long time. I'm definitely going to watch this year. I got this from Hamilton Book for a relatively cheap price. I think it was only $5.95. But this has the special artwork. It was actually a series of steelbooks that were put out with very similar cover artwork. And this is actually, I think there were Blu-rays that were put out that weren't steelbooks, that just had this as an art card, but then they made steelbook versions of this. I have the Killer Clowns from Outer Space version with just the artwork, I believe. Good movie. This is also from Best Buy, 4K Ultra HD. Close Encounters of the Third Kind from Steven Spielberg. This is an excellent movie. I don't know which editions this includes. This includes... it does include the theatrical version, the special edition, and the director's cut. So that's cool. It does have all three versions on it. So that is cool. I love this movie. I have not watched it in a long time. I'm actually way overdue for watching it. Very new addition to my collection is The Coming to America with Eddie Murphy. I got this in advance of seeing the sequel, and I haven't even bothered watching the sequel yet. But this does include if I can get it out of here, does include some artwork in it. And this is odd because it does not come with the Blu-ray. It just comes with the Ultra HD version of the film. And of course, it's pretty rare that the 4Ks don't come with a Blu-ray, but this one is one of them. And you can see Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall. And then this is the back. And this version actually came with a poster, which is pretty hilarious if you've seen the movie. The Sexual Chocolate World Tour 1988 with Randy Watson. For some reason, my wife won't let me hang that up anywhere. I'm not sure why. All right, next up, this may seem like it's out of order, but you'll understand why I did it this way in a second. This is Batman Begins. I have not opened this yet, but I've seen this movie countless times. This is another instance where I had another Blu-ray copy of this that I watched, and I just haven't gotten around to watching this one yet. I've also sold that additional copy, so this is the only copy of Batman Begins that I have. But I don't believe there's any artwork in these. I remember people opening these up, and there's no artwork inside. And then I also got from Best Buy The Dark Knight. That's cool artwork on it. Again, I don't believe that has any artwork on the inside. And then The Dark Knight Rises. This I don't know if it has any artwork inside or not. I haven't seen any videos of this one. Those are, I used to have multiple copies of all three of those movies, and now I just have the Steelbooks. I eliminated the extra copies. And then I have Deadpool. Great, funny movie with Ryan Reynolds as the titular character. I got this around Christmas time, so it has the Christmas Santa Deadpool on it, or Deadpool claws. It says Steelbook made of actual Colossus skin. True story. I like this one. I like it. I don't know what the back looks like because it still has the J card on it and it's not open yet. But the next one, Deadpool 2, not a huge fan of the artwork on this one. It looks like it has a plastic sleeve, but the artwork on this one is not as cool. I don't like this as much, and you can see a little bit of the artwork on the back. But I like the movie much better than I'd like the Steelbook on this one. Both of those are the 4K versions. And then I have Django Unchained. And this, I got this at Target, and it came with a bonus disc with some special features. And then it does have some artwork underneath. It has a Blu-ray. And I don't think it has a DVD. I can't really tell, but it does have artwork inside. And then there's the back. I like that it says the new film from Quentin Tarantino, even though here we are almost a decade later, and it is no longer the new film from Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, I guess that's the DVD. It doesn't say DVD on it. I can't remember. I watched the Blu-ray, but I don't remember if it came with a DVD or if that's special features or what that is. And I didn't keep the J card for this one, so I don't remember. And last in this stack is The Evil Dead. I picked this up from Hamilton Book, I believe. I don't know if there's artwork on the inside, as I haven't opened it yet, but great movie. And we'll move to this pile. Not such a great movie, but another purchase from Hamilton Book is Green Lantern. I picked this up for $5. Another Ryan Reynolds film that I don't like as much as Deadpool, but I think it gets shit on a lot. But it's not as bad as I think I remember it being. Hopefully, I will eventually watch it again, and I'll be able to answer that better later. But definitely a good movie is this. I love this movie. One of my absolute favorite movies of all time. This is the Jaws 4K Steelbook from Best Buy. And this has some artwork underneath. Love this movie. I kept the J card. And this does include The Shark is Still Working, which is an excellent documentary that I highly recommend that if you're a fan of Jaws that you watch. It's available on the regular Blu-ray version too, but this is the 4K edition, the Steelbook, obviously. This is John Wick 1 and 2. And this does not have any artwork in it. It's just a blank black background, but it does include the Blu-ray and DVD, or Blu-ray and 4K of both John Wick and John Wick 2. And I have not watched John Wick 2 yet, but I do like the original, which is an excellent movie. I got to get around to watching the other 2 and 3, and eventually 4 when it comes out. Another great movie, Tom Cruise in Last Samurai. Got this from Hamilton Book. Haven't opened it yet. I haven't watched this in a long time. Overdue for a rewatch, and therefore will open this when I do. But this is an amazing movie, really good. I don't know what it is about Tom Cruise. I do not like him as a person, but he's in a lot of my favorite movies. Not that I know him as a person, you understand. I also have The Matrix. This is a Best Buy Steelbook. Again, I have not watched this. This is another instance where I had multiple copies of it and have not watched it since I got rid of the additional copy. But The Matrix, again, Matrix is one of those movies that I absolutely will always recommend, but the sequels, just forget they exist. This is a very similar situation with the Avengers Steelbook that I got. This one I opened, though. This is the Muppets. I still have the Blu-ray on the shelf that I have not opened yet, but this I did open to look at the artwork. And then here is the outer case. This is one of my favorite steelbooks that I have, just because it's very colorful. I love all the characters. I love the movie. Just an excellent addition to the collection. And I actually had multiple copies of this for some reason. And I remember I sold them. They didn't come with the movie. Like I said, it was a thing where you put down $7.50, you got the steelbook, and then when the movie came in, you got the movie. But I ended up getting multiples of this somehow. I don't remember, but I ended up selling those on eBay for not a profit. I just ended up getting rid of them. This is Paul. This is an excellent, funny movie featuring oh boy, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. My brain went blank, but it also has Jason Bateman and Kristen Wiig in it. This was not made by Edgar Wright. It was actually directed by Greg Mottola, but it was written by Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, and features, of course, Seth Rogen as Paul the alien. This is a very funny movie. This includes the unrated and theatrical versions, and it is of the interesting comic book style. There was a series of steelbooks that were put out with this same artwork. There were tons of them. There was the Hulk. I have one other. I have Shaun of the Dead in the same style, but I can't remember. There was like a whole bunch of steelbooks that were put out in this style, and they were put out by Universal, I believe. Saving Private Ryan. This one is cool because it kind of looks like an ammo box. This I picked up at Walmart, looks like back in 2013, so it's been a while since I've watched this, so I'm overdue. There you go, Saving Private Ryan steelbook. Scarface. This is one of the films in my collection, my steelbook collection, that I have not seen, at least not recently. I remember renting this back in the early VHS days. It might have been that I rented it on beta. That's how long ago it was that I've seen this movie. So I don't really consider that I've seen it because I don't remember anything about it. But this is one of the first steelbooks that I ever got. I just have not gotten around to watching it, which is awful because as I've gone through and looked at some of the dates on some of these things and the release dates, that like this came out in 2011. So this has literally been sitting in my collection for 10 years and I haven't watched it yet, which is sort of a sad commentary on my movie watching habits. This is that Shaun of the Dead steelbook that I was telling you about that is in the similar style of the Paul steelbook put out by Universal, also with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, but this one was directed by Edgar Wright. And this is an absolute hilarious movie. If you have not seen Shaun of the Dead, I don't know what you're waiting for. It is fantastic. Shawshank Redemption, another one of my favorite movies of all time. Of course, based on the Stephen King story. I can't remember what was it called. It was called Rita Hayworth and and Shawshank Redemption by Stephen King. The short story, but this is just an amazing movie. Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman, and the prison where this was filmed is not too terribly far from my house. It's within 2 hours drive, and the name of it escapes me. It's the something conservatory. Oh, I can't remember. I didn't even think about it beforehand to look it up, but I've been there and it's really cool. You can see a lot of the locations where they filmed inside. These are the only sort of imported steelbooks I have. I have the prequels from Star Wars. I got this from Amazon UK, and this has Yoda on the front. It includes, of course, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. And then on the back you can see it's got Anakin Skywalker turning into Darth Vader, going to the dark side. But I have not opened it. I've seen these movies 1,000 times, so I just kept these sealed on purpose. And this one has Darth Vader on the cover, and then the battle between Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader from Return of the Jedi on the back. And this, of course, is episodes 4, 5, and 6, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And then I do have a steelbook from one of the newer movies, and that is Force Awakens. And that has Kylo Ren on the front. This includes a Blu-ray and DVD. These next 5 steelbooks, these are sort of just curiosities for me. One of them I've seen most of, but these are sort of a project that I will eventually start at some point. But I have the Ultra series that were put out by Mill Creek Entertainment, and I pre-ordered these. I got them as they came out. But this first one is Ultra Q, and this is the series that started it all. This is the class. It says the classic series that started it all. This has a sort of a plastic sleeve on it. I haven't opened these yet because I really do want to sit down and watch these one day. But this is Ultra Q. This is the series that eventually led to this staple of my childhood, the protector of the universe, Ultraman. This I have on DVD. I can't remember who that set was put out by, but there was some question about its legality eventually, I think. So this is really the reason I began getting these steelbooks, is because I wanted to get this version of the Ultraman series on Blu-ray. And I figured, well, if I'm going to get that one, I might as well keep going. And I got the third in the series, Ultraman Ultra 7. A powerful fighter defends Earth from invasion. And I am woefully undereducated about any of the series past Ultraman. And then there is Return of Ultraman. This is number 4. And then Ultraman Ace, Ambassador from the Galactic Federation. And I have not opened these yet. They're very hefty. They're very heavy, very high quality. I just hope that they're worth opening in the future to watch. And then last, but definitely not least, one of my all-time favorite films, V for Vendetta. It was put out by the Wachowskis. And directed by James McTeague. This, of course, is the story of V and his who will join him in his daring plot to destroy the totalitarian regime that dominates his nation. It also features Natalie Portman and, of course, Hugo Weaving. His name escapes me. I get in front of the camera and I swear my brain just goes. There you go. That is the last of my steelbooks. As always, I know that it's maybe disappointing that you didn't get to see the artwork inside of them because some of them aren't opened. But there you go. That's my steelbook collection as it is right now. And as always, thanks for watching. And if you've watched to the end of this video, make sure you check the description below. I told you I was going to do a giveaway in my next video. I have actually made a separate video for that giveaway. The link to it is below. So click on that and take a look at that, and it'll tell you how to enter my 100 subscribers giveaway. So that is available down below. So there you go. If you're watching this after May 22nd, that giveaway is closed, but the giveaway will be running from May 8th until May 22nd. So click and watch the video below to learn what I'm giving away and how to enter. Thanks again for watching, everybody. As always, feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, but you're going to want to subscribe to enter my next giveaway because it's a requirement if you want to be in the giveaway. All right, thanks for watching. Take it easy.